All right, hello everyone. These are Clara-Iroh's Welsh Terrier puppies, born April 16th. They are 5.5 weeks old. This is the brown male right here. There's still one male and one female available, which is nuts because this is the sweetest litter ever. Just crazy how sweet these guys are. And the fact that there's two available, not so. But they're 5.5 weeks, so usually at 5.5 weeks, I do a long puppy video like I'm going to do right now. And I describe the differences in looks and personalities. I have terrible allergies right now, so sorry if I'm sniffling this whole time. Before I go in, and then we don't start puppy picking until 6 weeks old. So this video is not the puppy picking video. It's just to get your minds moving in the right direction. There's only 2 males and 2 females in this litter, and the first pick of both of those are already spoken for. So if you're watching this interested in reserving one and you want to know which one, we'll know that after they turn 6 weeks old. If they're still available, then you'll know which one's still available. And for those of you picking first, obviously you get first pick. And so we'll do the puppy picking. I'll do another long video this weekend at 6 weeks old of them. This is Orange. And then I'll send an email with directions and we'll start the puppy picking after that. But I always like to preface with the reason I do puppy picking, or I describe puppies the way I do, is simply this, that under the umbrella of being a Welsh Terrier comes individual looks and personalities, kind of like 2 siblings from the same parents in a human family. Like, obviously you share a lot of similar traits, but you have your own unique personality. And that's the same with Welshes and any breed of dog. You have those characteristic Welsh Terrier traits that are gonna be with every puppy. So I always say this because sometimes I have people that have only ever had 1 or maybe 2 terriers in their life, and they maybe happen to have gotten terriers with really laid back personalities. And then they get one and it's maybe not the same, and they think, oh, this was a bad Welsh or whatever. And that's not the case, or not bad, but just different. It's not always the case. These are the 2 females, Red and Orange. It's just that there's different personalities. So under the umbrella of them all being a Welsh, they're all going to have that high energy personality, that stubborn personality, that humorous, hysterical personality that we Welsh and Airedale lovers all love. They're going to be super high energy. They're going to be, difficult puppies. Terriers just are. They're little terrors. That's all going to 100% be there. And by the time they're even 8 weeks old, they're going to be running around so wild you can't even tell who's who. That's always the case. But I just always want to explain that there are those different personalities. And there's alpha and more submissive dogs. And there's more outgoing and adventurous. And there's more like, I don't really need to explore that. I'll just let you tell me about it when you get back type of dogs. So just to preface that. So I always describe puppies in order from most energetic to least energetic. I do this because I really found it to be effective in puppy picking. A lot of times the more outgoing and energetic puppies continue to be that as adults. A lot of times they end up being alphas. Oh, there, let me get your belly, little one. This is Teal. And a lot of times the more laid back and quiet ones just are always kind of a little bit more laid back and quiet. Oh, I missed it. She just did a somersault, Orange. Again, we're always taking our best guess at their personality, and they're always going to be high energy and energetic. But so anyways, that's why I always describe like most energetic to least. So for the females, since there's only 2 of each, it's not quite as big of a, decision. But for the females, Red, as she's showing you right now, is definitely a little bit more outgoing, a little bit more alpha. Nobody in this litter have I noticed to be seriously like big time alpha, but I would say Red probably kind of is. And Orange is just a little bit more laid back. As you can see, she's kind of mounting everybody. That's a sign of dominance. Obviously, it's puppy play as well. So don't I always tell people, be careful not to like really overread into what you're seeing on this 7-minute clip of their life. Like, obviously it's all you have to go off of, but I'm telling you what I see on a day-to-day basis. But I hope that makes sense. Sometimes people get hung up on like one action that the puppy did in the video, and where that action is real and happened, I don't want them to, I really do tell you what I see all the time and not just right now. And then out of the males, I had a really hard time deciding out of these 2 males. But overall, I think brown is more energetic and outgoing. He's like, if I had to put the whole litter in order, I'd probably do red and then brown. And boy, teal and orange would be a tough tie. It's kind of interesting that there's 1 male and 1 female that are so similar in for both, but I don't know, tough call. But anyways, and then other differences between the whole litter, red is the most petite. She's even got kind of the most petite face. They all have really nice shaped faces and nice set ears. So size-wise, from smallest to biggest would be red, and then brown, and then orange, and then teal. Not by much, mostly just, not even by height, mostly just like how solid they are. But this is orange, teal, brown, and red. But I just always try to say that. And in Welsh's, size varies like probably a max of 3 to 5 pounds. Like in an Airedale, it can easily vary 20 pounds. But here's brown and red. This is very, very normal, feisty terrier behavior. You're going to hear a lot of growling and biting when you have a terrier at home. Let's see. The other thing usually is coloring. Coloring is very hard to predict. Welsh's AKC approves black and tan and grizzle and tan in Welsh Terriers. You can look that up just if you don't know what those differences are. It's very hard to predict what's going to be what, because they don't get that until about 6 to 9 months when their adult hair comes in. So the very best you can do to predict is kind of look at the color brown on their face. Usually like the more reddish dark brown is more indicative of them being black and tan. Puppies like this, like Iroh, has kind of white around, or not white. Sorry, I didn't mean to say white. He has eyes like this, and I always call him Iroh eyes. And he is very black and tan. So he's probably going to look like his dad. But the brown on his face is not like, it is on his nose, but everywhere else it's not like rusty reddish brown. So I imagine he could potentially be more grizzle and tan. But again, you just don't know. Red is probably the most black and tan. Orange is, again, kind of a toss-up. It's just one of those things. Even red could end up grizzle and tan. And brown's kind of another toss-up. It's just hard to say, but I try to always point that out. See, you can see what I mean by the eyes. She has Iroh eyes too, but she's just got like such a reddish coloring on her. So as they get older, the brown on their head will just recede more. Teal is an example of that. He's kind of a little bit more, you can see more of the receding brown on him than you can on the others. And that's how it'll all happen for all of them. It'll recede just into a black saddle on their back. I don't know. He does have pretty reddish. It's hard to say because it really does vary. But I hope that helps everybody. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'll get another long video for you on Saturday.